today's installment of Training Minutes, I'm going to show you how to make meat and cheese cups. The first thing you want to do is pull your block of cheese out of the cooler. Now, all these cheese come pre-stamped with dates on it. They're manufacturer dates. They're good for 6 months past that. This store actually codes them for an actual date, and you can see the date. We have plenty of time until this date occurs, so we're going to go ahead and use this one. You have to unpackage it first, so you want to take a red-handled knife, carefully cut open the wrapper. As long as the cheese is uncut in the original wrapper, it's good for the code of the product. Once you cut the cheese into chunks and return it to the cooler, it's good for 14 days. So you only want to cut enough that you need, that you know you need, so that you don't have a lot of waste on it. Okay, now that we have it open, I'm going to just pull the wrapper down to make available the one that I'm working on. Then you're going to take your Magna knife, loosen the nut at the bottom simply by turning, and it loosens the guide. You want to set it at 15. All meat and cheese products are a 15. And you just line up the number 15 with the blade and re-tighten the nut. You want to take your guide knife, hold the guide against the cheese, push the blade down, put the blade tip the whole way down, and then slide back in a very smooth motion. It does not have to be a sawing motion, just a nice smooth glide. Then what you want to do is take your discs, still having the knife cut on 15, in the same smooth motion, cut down through. Be sure that, see where my fingers are and where the knife is? I'm as far away as I possibly can be. That's how you want to do it. You don't want to lose a finger, or part of one, when you're doing this. Okay, so you have all of your strips cut. Now you're going to take a couple of them, line them up, still keeping your knife on 15. So you get all nice uniform sized chunks. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to cut the pepperoni for the meat and cheese cups. Cut into it, and then I score the skin on both sides to try to make it easier to pull the skin off. And then once you have it scored, you should be able to just pull the skin completely off. Nice and easy there, no fighting. Once you get it started, it's good. Again, your guide knife is set on 15, and you just cut the pepperoni into rounds. General rule of thumb, once you've taken the skin off of a pepperoni, cut the whole thing. Okay, once you get the rounds cut, you take a red-handled knife, cut them in half, and then in half the other way, so you get 4 little triangle pieces. The next thing I'm going to show you how to cut is the country store brand mini sticks. They come in a bulk 5-pound pack just like this. You want to always check the code on the box to make sure that they're good for as long as you're going to be having them in the grab and go as well. These you don't want to cut up ahead of time because they're only good for 3 days in the grab and go. We're going to cut only what we need. So I'm going to take 2 out of the pack. What you want to do with these is the ends have these little ties where they tied off. You want to cut those off. Of both sides so that you don't have any of that on there. It's a nice flat edge. First thing you want to do is cut them in half long ways. and cut them in half long ways again, and then cut them in half again. Again, you have nice uniform sized pieces. Now in order to put your meat and cheese in cups in the grab and go, you want to turn your scale on, set an empty cup on it, and hit 0 or tear so that all of the numbers are zeros. And you want to start adding product. 0.10 of meat, and then 0.10 of cheese, 0.10 of meat again, and 0.10 of cheese. This may be different for some of you. When we first rolled these out, the rule was put it in a pan and then shake it so it got mixed together before placing it in the cup. However, since we started using the softer meat, it turns gray in our fluorescent lights. So in order to keep this from happening, if we layer it, the cheese covers the meat, the top row of meat, therefore not turning it gray as quickly. First thing you want to do is price them. All of the meat and cheese cups are $1.99. Put your price right on the front of the lid. Then you find the right UPC codes. You put them right down here. There's a little ledge that's perfect for them. We want everybody to put their UPCs in the same place. Not only is it easier for customers to identify what it is, but then if you have an employee who works at more than one store that's running register, they'll know exactly where to look for that UPC when they're trying to scan it. The country store brand meat sticks get a country store brand label right on the top. And all of the Munchie cups get the Minute Mart logo label right in the front. And there you go, you have your finished meat and cheese cups. Currently we offer pepperoni and Colby, pepperoni and provolone, and pepperoni and pepper jack. Country store brand meat with Colby, provolone, and pepper jack. And we also are introducing hard salami with provolone, Colby, and pepper jack. The hard salami will be stickered the same as the pepperoni and cheese cups. We will also be having a mixed cup with different meats and different cheeses in it. We also offer a mixed cheese cup with just the 3 varieties of cheese in limited stores. So please check with your food service manager to see if your store offers that. Once you get all your stickers on your cups, you want to, using the color code chart, initial on the UPC code in the color of the date that it goes out. CSB is only good for 3 days, while pepperoni is good for 5, so we have to use 2 different colors here. The hard salami, once you get it, will also be good for 5 days, so it'll be the same as the pepperoni. And that's it for meat cups.
Got a minute, make it Nittany. Nittany Minute Mart. Saving minutes and money for you. Fill your tank and grab a meal. Java Nation coffee too. Quick and fast in a hurry.